Good morning, crypto fam, and welcome back to another episode on the Coin Kings channel. I am hosting the show. I am down to crypto TA. All right, we're getting a little bit of a pumpy. We dropped into our second option here, which was the 786. And I got long. I did attempt a long here as well, even though we had this, pretty impulsive candle right here to the downside. I did take the long position here. I got stopped out, of course, and then I re-entered down here. So those were the two options that I had for myself. This was a good little move right here yesterday, nonetheless. But the two in here, 786 being where again I caught the long, and I'm still holding on to half a portion of that. I've already taken out my little fees on it. So I'm not doing too much. I'm not putting a whole bunch of money into any of these trades right now. We're just not we're not doing a whole lot, to be fair. We are at some resistance right now. So if you look here, you can see here how we struggled. So we're struggling around the same area right here that we previously struggled around. So if it can get past that, I suppose if it could get past that, I do see a little cloud cover on the 15-minute time frame though. I can't really take it too serious. We just put it like that. I can't really take this too serious. So we're at resistance. What do I think the chances of us taking out the previous day high? It doesn't look too strong right now, but I guess we'll find out, because either we're going to turn down from where we are now. Which 15-minute I'm not really too concerned with. It looks okay on certain things. It looks all right. Besides the cloud cover on it, which could just indicate that it has another squeeze here, and then we'd be looking for it to break out. And let me see something right here. Yeah, something I would have been looking for. I don't see it here. So let's just draw a fib on this. Let's just see where we're at against that level right there. All right, so we're at the golden pocket, and I hadn't even checked that yet. So good that I did. Let me put on both of them here. Let's make my life a little easier. That would be closer to the previous day high. Okay, so we're at golden pocket, and also, like I said, you can see the prior resistance that was in here. So there's a pretty rough area right here for Bitcoin. And we're just resistance magnets through here on Biddy. Trend line here. This line right here actually did break beforehand, like right through here. You did see some weakness come into the chart. I since moved it. Actually, let me get it back to exactly like I had it. So I since moved it over here. So if we break it again, just know that it's a done deal. It's a done deal. For the 15-minute time frame, what I'm looking at is the fact that we would need to hold roughly between 80,007 to 80,004. 80,007 would be much nicer. And then 80,004. We'll be taking out some liquidity right here, which is all right. But let me just go ahead and look at this to the downside. Let's see. So that would be golden pocket. 50% retracement would actually be a lot better. I just want to see if that lining up with what I'm looking at. My other face. Nope, it's 382. It is. It's 382. So I'm going to leave it like that. if we were to get a move to the downside, let me turn these two off right here. These would be the two to hold on the according to the 15-minute chart. What I'm looking at from another screen suggests it either holds here, which is around this prior highs over here, or it has to hold here. So we'll be looking for a sweep and then a hold, maybe a sweep, maybe a sweep, maybe it doesn't, maybe it front runs the golden pocket a little bit in here, but this is what we'd be looking for to the downside. So right now, the golden pocket, prior high, zone of resistance. Would I take a short? I'm already in one, so I'm not going to worry about doing that. This is pretty close to the zero line in here. I don't know. I'm really not feeling Bitcoin. I'm trying my best to act like I'm feeling Bitcoin, but I tell you the truth, I'm not feeling Bitcoin. Let me show you. All right. So this is the long position from here, and like I said, I did attempt it here as well because these were the two areas that we talked about. Despite this candle closing down below it and all of that good stuff, I still attempted it here and got stopped out. So this is the most important level right here. This 382, which is going to be a shallow correction here for Bitcoin if we were to get it. I would feel a little bit more I don't want to say bullish, but under the impression that it is going to attempt to come up here, at least take out one of these highs. But because it's the same level that the 1 hour needs to hold. That's why I'm putting the emphasis on this right now. It's the same level that the 1 hour needs to hold. Nothing's changed with the 4 hours, so the 4 hour is still the same. So let's just say for some reason we do come in and take out this low, this would still hold some weight. Maybe the lower part of it, so the bottom part of this is still intact as far as the 4 hours concerned. And daily still just squeezing. But it looks like trash. It really looks like trash. So would you recommend crypto investing to a friend? Right now, my answer is going to be no. Unfortunately, right now, my answer to that question is no. No, 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 no. Trying to see if I see anything else spectacular in here. I don't. So if you're shorting this, I would just put a tight stop loss on it. You really don't have like a good pivot up above, which is fine. So if you needed to have a place to set your stop loss, I probably would do like a Bollinger Band stop on it. Let me take a look at that and see what that looks like right now. Okay, so we are sort of, yeah, low volatility also. So that's the thing too for why we're stopping out here. Just want to see what 4 is. Let me see how much. I'm not sure where you may have taken it from. If you were taking it from here, it would just be trashy, I believe. No, 42 isn't bad. 42 isn't bad. And let's just say we were, but that's only it's not a good risk to reward. It's not a good risk to reward unless we're taking out this low down here at the bottom. So if you were doing it from here, that's what you'll be looking at. If you got it from here, it's a much better risk to reward. Assuming that we don't just continue to range sideways in that little small area. Right now, I can tell you I don't see it doing an expansion just yet, not on the 15-minute time frame. I don't see it doing the expansion right now. So it could just continue to consolidate sideways. Drinking some iced coffee this morning. I had some warm coffee. I drank about a portion of it hot, or at least lukewarm. I don't know if this was supposed to have been some sort of an inverse head and shoulder. I don't subscribe to them like this, but we did have some nice bullish divergence in here too, which was something that I liked, which was another reason to attempt it right here as well because of the bullish divergence. So I know we were looking at that yesterday. It kept putting in bullish divergence. Even right here, it had the bullish divergence right through here as well. So nice little bull div on the way down here. Let me push forward. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Let's see. I don't know why this one is on. I made some changes. Also, this right here, this drop below our floor. So, I talked about this as well. So right now, this bottom over here has been our floor on momentum. This was the last time we got our push back up. I like to see it break and then reclaim. I prefer to see that that break and reclaim on it, which is what we got over here for the push back to the upside. But momentum is still rather weak. I don't see any sort of diagonal that would make sense for me here, but yep, that was some nice confluence yesterday for me as well for my long position right here at 786. The only pattern I was looking at in here. Okay, so we just making an attempt on the 1 hour. How successful is that gonna be? It's not looking too successful right now. So obviously you don't see a dot here. So momentum is not in agreement, even though the MACD just crossed above. Here, let me see. So you can see right here. So the little green bar right here, just an indication that MACD is crossing above the delta. But the delta, you can see that little peak of white. You can see it over here a lot better. That white, that means that delta is declining. And if delta is declining and MACD is attempting to go up at this moment, it may not be successful. But we're trying to get some flip. Maybe it fails it the first time and then the second time it does it. That could be the case. I think we did that on the 15-minute yesterday also, whatever this little structure is right here. Don't know. Looks like a channel or something. But we are making some attempt here. So maybe we could just get a shallow pullback into that. Let me change this. No, I got it on the 15. I'll leave it like it is. And I was saying maybe we could take out this high. Maybe on something like that, if we get the shallow pullback, maybe we can take out that high. And the only reason why I'm saying this high and not these other ones is because of the descending trend line through here. So this trend line right here. So it's not going to be a whole lot, you can tell. You know, if we take out this high right here, we just be pushing back up into this trend line right here. Which sure. Bitcoin is so terrible. Not gonna lie. Bitcoin just looks absolutely weak. It looks absolutely weak. But we keep trying whatever we're trying in here. So I'm only watching the with you guys today, 15-minute, 1 hour, and this freaking 4-hour chart. Yeah. I'm gonna adjust this trend line. I'm just gonna pick up the line bottom right here. Like so. Like that. Yep. So if we just do that shallow pullback again, that's what I would be looking for, just to come back to the top side of this descending trend line right here for whatever wedging structure that we do have in here. And I don't know if I have volume over here or not, and I do not have volume over here. I don't know why that's in there, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Let me get rid of that as well. Get rid of that also. Let me just take a peek, see at volume. Don't really have a relevant wedge. That's a fact, because volume peaked right here. So if it was valid, then volume would have been declining. Volume peaked right here as well. So yeah, it's not really so don't consider this to be any sort of pattern. Just potential support and potential resistance, because it's not a pattern. It's not a pattern. That explains how we broke through that low. And reclaimed it. But anyway, I'm just holding the 20 SMA, because remember the range is pretty shallow right here. With the break below the 20 SMA, that would increase the chances of seeing some sort of an expansion to the downside. But yeah. All right, let me take a look at something I haven't actually looked at. Let me push on I guess I would have to put in a higher time frame in here. Put in weekly. Take a look at Ethereum. Let's see what's changed in here, which looks like nothing has changed. Got the same little formation that Bitcoin has right here. Um, hmm. Oh, no, I still think with Ethereum, because I still think with Ethereum, we might still see a VWAP tap. Um, we knew that how significant this area right here was back, back when we first started analyzing it. I think at the time we were like up in here somewhere. Uh, yeah, we was much higher. So nothing's changed on this chart, but this looks like it's going to break down. And if it does, it may not actually hold here at the trend line this go round. Well, actually didn't touch the trend line, but it may not hold there. And I'll be looking for the VWAP, just like prior pumps that we got. Remember, I bought it right here, and then I decided I changed my mind. I don't want it. And then it just, got this nice little move off of it. So I don't see anything special in here right now. No bear div just yet. It wouldn't have a bear div until it came up above the 50 or the mean right here. But definitely was a good low right there. On the 4-hour, because that's the other place where I keep relevant information. I think it's showing I got some pivots on. Guess I don't. So no point in that being on. This shows you just how much I've been into crypto here lately. I haven't. Besides Bitcoin, that's been about the only thing I have sought to engage with. Let me come back to the daily. Okay. I don't need any of this stuff. So we haven't even left this zone. It was still just ranging in between the high and the low here. This is no longer a virgin zone either. So I'm gonna dash this out. Hmm. 22.49 and 24.15. Oh, why does it look like garbage? Looks like all the bounces did come from here. That one came from there. That one came from there. This one. And then this one kind of broke it a little bit and then pushed back up. So I'm going to go with that right there instead. It might work again. In the event that you do see a rollover, it probably will work again, unless we start to get some impulsive move to the downside, which we're just not getting. This is very choppy, so it might just break up here, do the same thing I said Bitcoin would do, which is take out this high right here, tap it into this upper trend line right here. Look at volume on this, but volume sucked on Bitcoin. So same scenario really in terms of volume. It's not necessarily declining. Maybe you can say that through here. Maybe we can have that argument that it is. I just don't like all the little spikes I see in here. So possibly it is authentic, you know. Which, let me see, from this 4 hour, what was the highest spike right here? This is already below the threshold in here. You can see it on the daily. Yeah, daily looks the same as Bitcoin. Here on the daily, it's just putting in bull divs, so it's just squeezing price higher and higher, just squeezing out shorts basically. But I have to say, I think the shorts are correct. Right about now, I do. So any sort of flakiness on Ethereum, you'd be looking for this semi-equal lows right here to get taken out. So if you're looking to hold there somewhere around that 21.77, at worst, 20.32. A lot of times it will just hang on to this little white line in here. But since I was talking about the VWAP, it would be coming back into the zone. So I pretty much look forward to coming back into here. So that's 20,066, something like that, without taking out this low. Really like right in here for Ethereum. I see Bitcoin did break below the trend line over there already. I see one more little move for Bitcoin in order to see an expansion, and see if that 382 won't hold on it. But all the charts they're so choppy and they look a hot mess. I don't really know what to think of them. I don't think I really did too much with XRP, but I will jump back over there to it. Nope, not gonna use that. Okay, so Solana is putting in the bear div right here, which is more than what we were getting from Ethereum. So I'm gonna delete that one. And I don't see the chances of us taking out this high up here. So it is putting in that little bit of bear div. Still have this inside range in here where it's coiling. It did flip above this little level in here finally. But maybe at most, if it decides it wants to come up and take the liquidity, maybe it'll take the liquidity off the top side of this mother bar over here. Possibly pushing into this, maybe. Let me just start here. Maybe it just takes the liquidity up here, but it does have the bear div on the weekly time frame. I have to say, I don't change my thoughts on Solana. I still think that Solana could possibly get down this low in a more bearish setting. I'm still going to stick with that probability that that could happen. Don't look too strong looking at this weekly. Doesn't look too strong looking at this. Might be absolutely wrong. Actually, let me just use one of these instead. Yeah, I might be wrong, but it still had this bear div over here. So, all right, Bitcoin coming down. I'm gonna get back over to Bitcoin. I just really wanted to kill some time because Bitcoin is kind of boring right now, and so is the rest of the market. So is the rest of the market. Absolutely boring. All right. It looks like it might be expanding to the downside. See if we see what we do. This must be the low of that Bollinger though. It has to be. No, it's not. Not quite. A little bit lower right there. Let me take this off of here now. Makes it shrink even worse. It's actually 80,000. Let me just say 80,900 for the 1 hour. So we're sitting right about on it for the 1 hour. We just stop moving in thin air. We do have data today. We had the CPI yesterday. Wasn't great at all. Let's see what all is happening this week anyway. All right, so we have core PPI month over month and PPI month over month. And we also, I don't know why they keep doing this. Like yesterday, we was looking at it. They had the tentative on the Fed chair nomination vote, which we were saying that pretty much know who that's going to be already. It was up here. It was here yesterday under the 10:30 reading tentative, and now it's here on today reading tentative. Weird. But we do have the PPI at 8:30. See what other stuff we got going on this week. Thursday, retail, and then that's it. Just today and tomorrow, a little bit more. A little bit more. All right, a little bit more. A little bit more of a drop here. Can't tell. Bitcoin is boring. This can be minimized now. It's a better risk to reward now versus the 2. That is if it doesn't hold in here. If we do expand, right now we're still not expanding. I just let me see. I'm just gonna type it in just in case we decide to wiggle around. So what I was referring to on the 1 hour, as I started to talk about it, started to drop a little bit more, is right here. Okay, so we are starting to break that now. That's good to see, because we were just kind of chilling on it. It's like, and then here you can see what I'm speaking to on the 15-minute time frame right here. It's better if it does manage to hold right here around this 382. If it doesn't, then golden pocket. But this is much better if it could. See, momentum's trying to curve back in there. If you did take that, I mean, I know it's not a huge move, but it's enough to take a little bit off to cover fees just in case. All right, I'm gonna talk about something else. All right, so gold. I changed the way I had the 4 hour looking. Just added some pivots through here from the weekly time frame. That's why I labeled this one a 4 hour. So I want to see gold actually hold in here. Something I was looking at from the higher time frame though is the fact that the chop that we're doing through here, which is a lot more visible, maybe from a time frame like this here, but the chop that we're putting in right here, we could, I don't know, I counted this as a 5 already, but it could uh, could be a wave 4. But like I said, I counted this as a 5th wave personally. Uh, but you really don't have like any significant I don't, not a major wave 4. So it's possible that gold could be in a wave 4 right now, and we could see gold break out and take out that high. Of course, be looking for maybe have to move this right here around a little bit to see what the target would be. I just want to throw that idea out there. I don't really have any, I don't know. I don't really see any clear defined support and resistance unless I do it like I showed you on the 4 hour time frame. So that's what I'm trying to work with. And as far as my short is concerned, okay, I see you, Bitcoin. I see your Bitcoin. As far as my short is not my short, but my long is concerned for gold, I think I get stopped out somewhere below here because I think my liquidation is like down here. So I'm allowing the market to take a little bit of the money off of me for this position. And then I have to reassess because what I should have done when I initially saw it was into the long position, but I didn't. I decided to wait until we got in here and then I want to take it. So that's on me. That is on me. But I'm just looking for this high in here to stay afloat. And I'm hoping that maybe this is a wave 4. Maybe it is a wave 4. I can see that this was our resistance point right in here, but since I'm not using the 4 hour from my levels, with the exception of this one, don't really care about it. But you can tell that that was where we keep stalling out at. It's right there. So maybe I'll mimic it. Just change the color. It still looks like Bitcoin is trying to curve out right there. I just want to throw that out there again. Again, if you did take that short, because we just looked at it coming on stream. If you did take it, I would cover my fees at least. All right, so we can see our clear resistance high 47.76 and our clear support low right now 46.29. So we're just kind of sandwiched in here. Just rather look at these horizontals instead. If we do manage to see a breakout here to the upside, I'm going to I will still look at this level too. I will look at both of these right here. This one, if we get above this liquidity, of course, would be the 49.88, but it did some strong resistance right here. This is coming from the weekly time frame, so it's gonna hit a little bit differently. So the 48.95 to the 49.88 here, if we get that move to the upside. And we're sandwiched in between a couple of moving some ribbons in here as well. I'll put on this one right here, so you can see how we're still just kind of sandwiched in between these moving averages, just squeezing in here, waiting for some sort of a breakout to take place. Let me see something. Change one of the inputs in here. That's the only one I can remember by heart. I just want to see where it lands at. Okay, now that's all the way down to the bottom, so we'll cancel on that. All right. Look at, yeah, same thing. I could already see from the ribbons. Okay, low volatility. We're in a squeeze. Not necessarily squeezing because it's just kind of flat. It's kind of flat. Anyway, I'm in the long. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it's a L. It's a L. It's a small L. It's a L. Gold is not doing anything, period. But if it's a wave four, everybody's gonna be surprised. We get that nice pump to the upside and we take out that previous all-time high that we got here for gold. So we can stay like this. We can stay boring for a long time here on gold. It does, I mean, that's not making a lot of sense to me that gold really isn't moving when you have things like silver looking really nice in here. You have copper just killing it. Copper's coming into the resistance up here. Possible rejection. We'll see. And then platinum. I mean, like all of these have done pretty decent. And gold is just gold. It's just like this. Just like this. Not making sense. Anyway, let me check back on Bitcoin. This could be a really, I mean, like, I don't like the 4 hour on Bitcoin right now. It really could do more than this if it wanted to. It really could. The 4 hour was, I would still be favoring down here, which means I get stopped out, which is cool. I would still be favoring this down here for the 4 hour. It's very possible. Very possible. Right now, I'm just being conservative. See how this works. And yeah. Last week, I talked to you guys about socks. Um, and I was saying to you that we were, and I put it in a X post as well. I was giving it a little flex room, but it was at a topping point on socks, which meant you would end up seeing some of your chip manufacturers like your AMD, Nvidia. Nvidia is still holding up very well, might I say. AMD, Intel, all of those, might be getting ready to correct down a little bit. I think that was on Friday when I had that conversation, and then I put the post in here on it, just indicating that I gave it a little bit of a flex, just in case. What was May 8th? What day was that? Yep, that was Friday. That was Friday. It's Friday, and I put a post in here on it. So we have seen some correction, but like I said, Nvidia is still holding up pretty well. So take a look at those, which will likely just put in some bullish divergence anyway. The momentum is still trying to curve back up from here. All right, 1 hour till we get our 4 hour candle open. Tell them what they're doing. Since we do have some additional data today, I would expect some volatility to kick in. Mhm. Mm. I meant to turn it on just so I can see. I tell you, but Bitcoin been making you work for this little money. Be making you work for it. Ooh, you want this cheese? You're gonna have to work for it. Yikes. All right, so this puts us back on the lower part of the trend line for the 4-hour time frame. Also, right about here. I'm gonna do this just for the sake of it. Actually, this is not anything that I should focus on. But let me see. I'm really focused on this. I'm gonna take this away. I might come back and look at that. Might come back and look at it. Uh, let me change the input in here though. It sets it to right about here. So I'm gonna put it back. I don't want that. Good morning, why crypto YT? No, I didn't take it. I just put it on the chart for anybody else who was looking for a short position because I still have my short open. I still have my short open from higher. Still have my short open from here. So I haven't, yeah, I don't need to take this one right here too. Uh, so no, I am not in it. But I just noticed that we were at a pretty significant resistance level. It was resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and then when I saw that it was the golden pocket, got the cloud cover on the 15-minute time frame, which tends to indicate that we would roll over. And we weren't. I wasn't seeing any signs of us breaking to the upside on the 1 hour. We was trapped around the top side of the dynamic cloud, and that little scale line was holding price action down. So it was worth the shot for anybody, with the stop loss being a standard deviation 4, which I moved it, dropped this down here, and then I pushed it back up here. Just wrote stop in here instead, just in case, I don't know. Bitcoin is a tough one. So was looking to see if it wouldn't hold here at this 382, which was top side of the 15-minute dynamic cloud. Is pushing through that. The lower side is here. So if it breaks down through here, then it's likely that it could actually do as much as coming back down here, which is what we was looking at yesterday for the top of the 4-hour dynamic cloud, which is down here. But I did take the long yesterday from here. So I'm still holding that until I get stopped out. And I did make an attempt on the long right here, but I did get stopped out on the one right here from the golden pocket and all the other stuff that was in here. Yeah, so I'm just holding a portion of the long open from this setup from yesterday. But this really wasn't a good, like you can see, like it's a 2. More like a 2-to-1 risk to reward. But if you drop this, and it's a much greater reward. That's why I said just, just in case it decided to chop around. We're expanding now. So nice to see that expansion taking place. Hopefully it does a lot more. You get that expansion on that 4-hour, then this won't even matter. Get an expansion on the 4-hour. Less than an hour on that 4-hour candle close. So and MACD getting closer and closer to that 0 line. I mean, it can still, swoop back up on that 4-hour, but I would rather just see price drop because it's messy. It's so messy. Like I said, we are getting the expansion. We are getting that expansion. Bollinger expansion. And just need to see it on the 4. And the way to see it on the 4 is we would expand. I think the 4-hour expansion comes from right here at the golden pocket, actually, somewhere around here. No, no, no. No, 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 this is old. Yeah, yeah, no, it would still work for this. Yeah, I think so. Um, 'Cause volatility is flat on the 4-hour. So if it was to happen on the 4-hour, no, it wouldn't happen there. It'd happen down here. So my bad. It would happen down here. And it looks like it's nothing right here. It really does, because 'cause we're not, yeah, it looks like it's nothing right here. Telling you, Bitcoin ain't giving us too much of anything. I'm just gonna mark out where this 4 is. I'm just gonna do that. I know we're back on that trend line. This was from yesterday. All right, so we I need to stop losing my bag. I get too greedy and chase FOMO. Yeah, I do that sometimes too. Well, I open up a trade, I have a winning trade, and I want so much more that I refuse to take profit on it, and then I just give it back. So, sometimes it happens. It happens. I did that. I think it was last week, I believe it was. Earlier last week or something like that. I may have done that. And then it was like I'm back to taking my I'm back to taking my little change now. So I take my little TP out, cover fees and stuff like that, and hopefully I get to take it again. But yeah. Have you taken any trades this week, raw crypto? This was my first trade attempt was in here uh, for this week. So I didn't get a chance to trade anything on Monday, which every day isn't a trading day, and I try to tell myself that every day. But when you come on stream, like if you wanted to do something other than the slow Bitcoin price action and just talk about what your plans are. Yeah, the math ain't mathing a little bit through here. Right there. It's not adding up a little bit. And then we had just hit that possible support level on the 4-hour time frame. But we started to lose that stuff though. I mean, I don't really see anything. I don't see anything significant to the 4-hour right now. I don't. The 1 hour might want to hold. I mean, the 15-minute might want to hold, but I just don't see anything noteworthy to the 4-hour time frame. But yeah, like 40 minutes left on that 4-hour candle close too. If I stick to my strategy, then I would have bought that. If I stuck to my strategy. Yeah, because momentum made some sort of attempt right here to try and stall out. It didn't curve back up there though. And then it got here. And it did. So just based on my momentum strategy, I would have went long on that. We got a few minutes left on that candle though. So looking for a lower high since we did break down from there. I have fibs everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, maybe back into that golden pocket. Let me see if that golden pocket was right here. It is. I think it is right there. Yeah, I think it is right there. Make sure we ain't get no fake out. It's up a little bit higher than that right now. I'm showing that there would be some resistance right in here. And it could just be the fact that those ribbons are right there too. It might actually hold up. Check back, see if we're losing that. Know in about 6 minutes whether or not that's going to hold up or not. Might be the start of some bullish divergence too, but that can go on forever, just like it did in here. It went on forever. One small hit for $8 again, down 300. All right, crypto. No. Yeah, we gotta eliminate the FOMO and just stick to a plan. Like it has to hit some sort of a key level for you before you even make an attempt on it, and determine what your invalidation is. And if you get stopped out, maybe a max of 2 losses, maybe. But if your entries are good and it's just, not taking some profit, then just got to work on that. Like over here, like when we talked about this right here yesterday, if you took, let's just say, because this is based on a 4-hour, so let's just say you took this right here on a reclaim back inside this range right here. We reclaimed the range at this point right here. You know where your invalidation is going. It's going to go right here, right under this low right here. So that's it. I don't get to try this again. We came up, we failed, got stopped out. Move on to the next one. Then there'll be this one down here. And like I was saying with this right here, what helped me decide I'm not going to try to wait for it to drop in any lower was the 1 hour time frame. Because on the 1 hour, just with the strategy that I used on the 1 hour, it was right here. When I saw this happening right here, it's like, yep, the math ain't mathing. We are likely going to do what we did over here, which we put in some bullish divergence. So we did end up dropping lower over here. But at least I had something to go off of, something to see momentum shifting. So when that happened, I took that long from there and didn't wait for it to push in any lower. And we had all that bullish divergence too. So you couldn't have went too wrong. A good setup can fail too. But yeah, nice reaction. So even if you got in right here, this whole thing was pretty valid for me. So I had to have something to go off of. But that's just a 2-4, maybe a 50, something like that. Yeah, maybe a 50. I will give myself a 50 if need be. We'll give myself a 50. And that's a 3-1. It's not bad. . And Lord knows I had FOMO yesterday when I was like, it's just a lot of confluence down through here. I got something else. And I had FOMO about wanting to, you know, I had FOMO there. FOMO. Then we started doing all this chop. Then we had the data coming out. I was like, it's just a lot happening in here. I would give it a shot right in here. I would give it a shot right here. Now, this would have been one loss for me if I wasn't patient, which likely I probably wouldn't have been patient. I would have seen it, reaction right here, and I would have taken it. Personally, this is one that if I took a loss today, maybe it would be this right here. Stop loss going right here. Let's see if we get stopped out. I mean, it's rolled back down below it now. I'm going to push it up right there. I mean, it's so close to the golden pocket. It's probably going to come down here for it. I'm just going to push it to the side. And it's a terrible risk to reward. So it would be a scalp position. I don't even see it getting past this. It's so terrible now. I probably wouldn't taken it. It's so terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Unless we start to dance around right here. Like we could just consolidate and then break back up. But it is one that I probably would have attempted. I know that because I know my trading style. Oh, I'm still using Blowfin. Yeah, so I'm just on Blowfin right now. You said you're in Florida, correct? Okay. All right. So you're doing the bit to next. Let me take a look at that while I'm here. Oh, okay, Tampa. BitTuners. I won't be able to use them. I don't have a VPN either. Oh, okay. You still have BTCC. Yeah, I told you I took my funds off of BTCC. I mean, I still have an account with them. I just don't have any money over there. I really just wanted the BTCC to be able to, trade, some of the like the Nvidia, some stocks from there. But I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like how the overnight fees really add up. It's a lot. And I didn't like how with certain positions, certain stocks, um, you might get a lousy entry, even when you put in the limit or bid ask is what they do over there, but same thing. If I put a limit order in, it doesn't actually put me in at my limit on certain ones. Never had any problems with Nvidia, so I did trade that one there. Um, I didn't have problems with Apple. Uh, besides the overnight fees, that was the last thing I traded over there was Apple. Oh, overnight fees is crazy. Uh, I had a whole sticky note on my desk for like the ones I could trade. Uh, some of them ain't worth it. Netflix is a no go. Put you in the hole on Netflix. Not a little hole either. So I don't like that. I wanted to do tokenized trading on I know Blowfin offers tokenized trading too, but they recognize my IP address, of course. And I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna be able to do it. So yeah. They're fair on the entry, but BTCC isn't. I haven't traded on Robinhood, but I'm assuming Robinhood be more like a spot trade or something like that, where they don't charge the fees, which is way better than Coinbase. Um, no, I don't. I've actually never traded anything on Robinhood before. I've never used Robinhood before, except for when I signed up and they give you like your little free. This was years ago. From signing up and they give you a little free stock or whatever. I've never taken the initiative to buy or sell anything over there. And I haven't tried Kraken. Haven't tried that either. Um, no, I haven't tried that. I haven't even tried Gemini. I'm real funny about platforms. Especially since I lost a lot of money when I was on man, what's the one? I can't remember it right now. It was based in the US. It was right behind the Terra Luna situation. Like whatever we had, I didn't even get back half of that. We got some money back off of it, but I lost a lot from that exchange because I moved a lot of my stuff from Coinbase over there. And yeah, lost a lot of money there. No, 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 no. It wasn't FTX. It wasn't FTX. Um, no, I never touched FTX. Um, I'm just having a brain fart trying to come up with a name now. Feels like it was so long ago at this point. Um, but no, it wasn't FTX. No, I don't even think FTX is. I'm not sure if they've started paying back investors or not. The exchange that went down on us, they did. They cut us like 2 checks, but like I said, it wasn't all of your money by any means. It wasn't even half of it. Uh, wasn't even half of it back. All right, Bitcoin is back at a standoff. Don't know what's going on there, but it's like 743. a little bit more than 16 minutes before we get this 4 hour candle close. And then at 8:30, we're going to have PPI data come out, which I won't see you then. Um, I want to hit you up on oil though, because we was looking at this triangular formation in here yesterday. Now I moved this bottom line right here. I did have it on these across these lows right here. We broke it just a little bit and came back up. So I just pushed it to match these two lines right here touching and dragged it to the upside. I was saying to you, I think that this has the potential to actually break to the upside, even though it is a rising formation. I think it has the potential to break to the upside in here, um, based on volume. But we shall see. We shall see. It's in the middle of nowhere right now. Okay. Yeah, it's basically in the middle of nowhere. This looks pretty decent. And then, of course, we started to break down. Well, I'm not gonna say break down, but correct a little bit more on over here. You can see we did get the breakdown on SPY from the trend line, and then we quickly reclaimed that. So, yeah, we're still around some sort of resistance in here, fib level or something, right there, because we're above the deviation in here. But my next deviation is here. But then you also have, I think that's a 1.272. Yeah, 1.272. So a little max pain up there. If it does, right now, I still say that this is going to break down. Like this is the best that we've done in actually breaking below this trend line right here. So I'm still in favor that this is actually going to fall to the downside. I don't know why. It's just not. It's not like it's, it's been putting in some, like I said, the math ain't math, and when it gets the drops in here, so would expect for some sort of a bounce to take place, but just not getting any quick sell-offs on it whatsoever. Just waiting on that to happen. And that'll change how we look down in here. I'm gonna move this now. We've shopped up and swung down below this twice already. I'm just gonna move it to there now. Let's see if that happens or not. I know the rest of them indices are looking pretty, decent even here. I didn't move this line right here, which it probably just held on that drop. And it did. It just held on that drop. And it's above that trend line. Wherever I got that from. I'm gonna have to buy one of these dips sooner or later. I'm gonna have to go back to BTCC then. Hold on. Hey, what's the name of that exchange that we didn't get all of our money back from?
Hotbit?
It's what?
You said Hotbit?
No, the one that went down.
Voyager.
Okay. Why crypto? I asked the Coin King. It was actually Voyager because we both had capital on that. So it was Voyager. That's the one I was talking about. But yeah, getting some of it back was better than, not getting any of it back. But it was a rough one. So Bitcoin. Let's see if we're gonna start some bullish divvies on that 15-minute. NAS and all of these right here. I'm just not putting any more trend lines on these. There's no real weakness in any of these in here. But what I was saying in here was talking about this the last excuse me the last time. Oh, and it's trying to bounce back up. Yeah. Yep. It was Friday when I was talking about this right here. So likely correction was pending on this one right here. Right through here with a little bit of wiggle room for it to push up a little bit higher. And then we were able to see that take place on some of these chip companies like AMD for a little bit. It's already pushing back up, already back up there. So, and then Intel, did it pop back up too? Yep. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really, really hard. Like you really, it's gonna be really, really hard unless this sell-off just has to be something better than this. But yeah, there's no actual weakness coming in through here. Qualcomm, even with Qualcomm, because Qualcomm did like what, a 15% drop. How much of a drop did Qualcomm do from the top to okay, so 18% drop. And just like that, snapping back. Just like that, snapping back. I was comparing it to the prior momentum drop in here. And then this one right here, if it did move down a little bit lower. Got a little overextended dot down here. Continuation dot, actually, because it's still above the mean. So a little continuation dot down there on it. And the bear is just not going to even make a difference. So, yeah. ARM is at a place where this line doesn't look right. It must have been somewhere else when I did it. I'm just trying to see if I was somewhere else when I did it. Okay. And Apple is coming closer towards this resistance line in here. Might have to put some money back on BTCC. Because if we do reject, then it would be worth buying. It would be worth buying. For a little trade. Maybe look at Bitcoin again because I see it. Yeah, we're probably gonna put in some bull deals now. That's the only thing about that strat too. Like sometimes it might just be leading into some bullish divergence, which can go on forever. So, in a situation like this, I look at a higher time frame. I just look at a higher time frame. So 1 hour would be my go-to. Like I said, this would be one that I likely would have gotten stopped out of because I really would have taken it. I would have taken it. And so, again, stop loss would be right here. If this plays out all the way, then that long would get stopped out on me. Let's see if this is. Okay, so that 4 hour thing, for the 4 hour expansion, it is right here with the 786. So I'm just gonna leave that 786 turned on in here instead. I don't need this line anymore, so I'm gonna take that away. Just give myself a short abbreviation. Mm-hmm. Drop that. And this line is weak too, of course, because we did break through it yesterday, and I only moved it just to consider the line perspective right there. So it's not a good line anymore. And again, this is just the the 50 of this order block right here. Yesterday we was pumping around this time, or at least trying to, right before CPI. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even put it back over here on Bitcoin. Lord have mercy. Somebody help me. I was over here trying to sneak peek at the stock market while Bitcoin was still doing this little move, and I didn't even put the chart back over here. My apologies. I was trying to see how snow was doing because I bought some more of it. No. I did not buy more of it. I put in a limit order for it after hours, but it happens to be one of the ones that won't get filled after hours. I put in a order on. I did pick up something yesterday. Hey, what did I buy? I bought something yesterday. I bought a little bit more of something. I'm trying to think. No. It was a new purchase. Oh, I went ahead and broke down and decided that I would go ahead and buy some. Where is it at? 'Cause I'm having lots of brain farts this morning. SoFi. I bought some SoFi. That's what it was. Even though I told you SoFi around 10 9 is where I would buy it. I was like, let me go ahead and get some. So I bought some last night. I can see that it's down. So I must be down. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and buy some. My ideal place to buy it is like down here. So I won't buy any more. Just bought a little bit to get my toes wet. Just in case. I'm doing that thing again while I'm talking about a chart and I'm not on it. But anyway. Yeah, I bought some SoFi last night after hours. Looks like I said, we're trying to put in bull divs, which can go on forever. So the same way we had that cloud cover earlier, right here, we have what I call a grave digger down below right here as we are putting in this bullish divergence. When I say that, I just show you what I mean by it. Yeah, put this one on. So right here, you get this right here over the top of the RSI, and the RSI push in and reject from it. But when I see something like that, yeah, that's what I'm typically losing for something to lose the steam to. I can do it like that, but when I see it, like I just hold itself underneath. I usually go with something larger than that. So like over here, you have this cloud cover right here. The price is still trying to push. Then eventually it rolls over. So it happens every now and then. I don't really see any other ones in here. Maybe this one right here. It has a funny look to it. Yep. It's very possible for price to invalidate them too. I think the last time we talked about the cloud cover was when we got we did that short. We did that short. We had the cloud cover on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour. But the daily had one too, and the daily invalidated it. Happens sometimes. But we had I was using a different indicator. Using this, and we had the cloud cover right here, and we still had not dropped below 100, but we had this one. But we had this cloud cover right here. So tends to be bearish. But I mean, yeah, you gotta wait. It's depending on what indicator you're using, you gotta wait. Because yeah, but that's the cloud cover there. And then we also had it on the daily, which if I was using this chart right here, for example, this one worked. This one did, but we actually got it right here. We had it right here, and it worked on that little bit right there, but we came back up and we broke through it. So I didn't like that. So we had the cloud cover right here once again because price rejected from it on that attempt right here. I mean, this daily time frame looks like garbage, but I'm just waiting for it to roll over. That I know. I'm waiting for it to roll over. I don't know how many times it'll be able to do that. Back on the weekly time frame, when we topped out back in 2022, we had the cloud cover. Because I'm talking about something, I just want to make sure you understand what I'm talking about. All I have to do, yeah, back here. I mean, you can see the divergence right here, but let me see which one it was. I think it was Excel. Nope, it wasn't Excel. Was it fast? Nope, it wasn't fast. Was it implied? Hold on. Let me put on the dollar. Ooh, good Lord. Let me turn that off. Where are you at? It might not have been this indicator. I gotta find it. Hold on. Did I push this to the top? Okay, I pushed this to the top. Oh, jeez. That was blinding. So let me try. Let me see. I'm just gonna turn all three of them on because it may not have been. Nope, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Maybe it was this chart. So we got it right here. It might. Was it this indicator? Because I'm not feeling that indicator. No, I guess it was that indicator. It was that indicator. So it was the RSI, and it was that other one where we had the cloud cover right here, coming up with the bear div anyway. It's a good piece. You had one right here. Roll over, had one right here, which this didn't break down too far. We got one now? No, we don't. We had one right here. We had one right here. And then, of course, you can see the grave digger, what I call a grave digger, like this. Yeah. Anyway, let me go back to Bitcoin lower time frame. Take that off. Put this back over here. Still just waiting to lose that momentum in here. Unless it just doesn't seem likely. I don't know. Bitcoin is a mess. It's a mess. MACD still flat. Delta is what keeps trying to um, converge towards that zero. And again, RSI is trying to put in bull divs. Uh, all right. I guess I am going to be here for PPI, and then I'm going to go because I got some work I got to put in today. So thank you to everyone who stopped by to hang out with your girl down the Crypto TA. Really appreciate you. I will see you again in the morning, 6 a.m. Hopefully it's something new to talk about, or hopefully I find something new to talk about. Crypto is, I don't know, just not there. Anything I'm looking at in crypto, I'm looking at from a higher time frame perspective anyway. So it has to be the weekly time frame or monthly time frame for me to even show any interest in it. Because I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get. If we're looking for some sort of upside momentum, something worth our time, it has to come from the higher time frame. So. Speaking of, let me look at a criteria. No, it's gonna be 50. And I want to see this from a weekly time frame. Oh, it's on stocks. My bad. Don't save. Let me try it again. Let me add. See if it's anything out there that's really not talking about no crappy ones either. On a weekly. BTC, ETH, BNB. Okay, so it's quite a few things that are up there. Are they really though? I know ZEC is. ZEC still holding 550. Interesting. Link is up there. All right, Link. Have to take a look at Chainlink. Sui. Did AVAX get up there? I just want to check this and let me just see. See if it's lying to me. That's a lie. Oh, no, not even on the weekly. No, that's a lie. It's not above that. Yeah, that's a lie. I understand why it did that. Oh, it only put in a 5? Yeah. All right, there we go. Sorry. So TRX, I was about to say TRX and height. Okay. Not a lot. Not a lot is really doing that well. Oh, near is above. Okay. So near is a nice one. It's not putting in a bear div. It's a nice one. And ICP. Now let's see what their rejection looks like, because that rejection could be the point to get in on. This has been doing really good, but I think the last time we looked at it, we were a little concerned about it. Already looked at hype. Ton. I don't know what that is. I would call it garbage or that or PY towel. Mm. All right. I'll flip back to Bitcoin. Look like that whole position is about to get filled. I just wanted to see something with this thing right here. Where is it bouncing from? Where did it bounce from when it got that bounce right there? Doesn't seem likely. Doesn't seem likely that this one's really about to break out. Oh, nice move on Bitcoin. Nice move on BT. Bullish divergence eliminated. No bullish divvies anymore. MACD continues to decline with no uplift. Just been the delta so far. 1 hour just caved in. Oh, that 4 hour open and it actually broke down. How about that? Oh, and the data's about to come out, so this is where the expansion would start for the 4 hour. If we're going to see the expansion. Take that away. I'm pretty sure that we never stopped expanding on the 15-minute, first of all. We didn't. We stand in the pocket. We stand in the pocket. Still pointed to the upside. I think this is like the second time in this uptrend that the MACD has fallen below zero on the 4 hour. This is just the second time. Got some cracks in the walls. This is actually turning down already. I have to take that writing out of there. I don't want to give no false information. I'm not going to be able to follow it without being on the actual chart. Don't need that to be there anymore either. Drop that. Let me see if I move this. Just want to see. Which, like I said, this isn't a pattern. It's not a pattern. Volume doesn't support it. In my opinion, volume didn't support it. And it lost respect for this trend line anyway when it got that breakdown right there. That's the second time, so I'm just suggesting. I know it probably had just tapped into that red ribbon. This is about as good as you'll get to if you're not using a Bollinger to where the expansion starts, because I think it would be right here, actually, since it was lower. Let me just look. Yeah, so it is right there. So the expansion would start from right there. Now it is legit in terms of the high range of the volatility and the low range of the volatility. So just make sure that line is right. I hate to have a wrong line. Yeah, that's correct. Something that won't move on you. It's gonna be that low. So eventually it's gonna break out on one side. So I think it bounced. I think it just got a small little reaction from that. No, it's underneath it. Okay, it's underneath it. All right. So hopefully it does break down. That's all I can say. Hopefully it does break down. I think we have to start looking at this because if it does expand, it'll run straight through that. Maybe there's a chance that this trend line right here. Maybe you'll see if this trend line has some sort of respect to it. If it doesn't, oh boy. Oh boy. Maybe it gets some respect. If it doesn't, and this continues to drop, oh boy. I think everybody and their mom and daddy waiting on this right here. We'll see. That means we break this line though. Because I don't see us getting like one big candle drop all the way down here. We would have to break this line for that. Yeah, this goes to show you right there, talking about grave diggers and cloud covers and momentum and all that good stuff, that risk management is the only setup you have. That's it. Risk management. You just give it a shot, and if it stops you out, it stops you out. You sit on your hands and you wait for some more clarity. Like I said, that's how long I would have taken. And I would have got stopped out. There's nothing else to look at. Just keep it moving. I think I'm gonna get stopped out now. think I might get stopped out. I'll get rid of this anyway. That's done. I'm gonna leave this one in here because it still has some stuff in here. But a 4 hour, that's the, like I said, that's the first, that's like the second time. That's the second time. The second time MACD dropped below zero on the 4 hour. That's just the second time because every other time it wasn't breaking it. So like I said, the 4 hour looked like it was sus. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow a little bit more capital comes out. We just got our numbers too. Let me take a look at that. Let's see. PPI. The forecast was for a 0.3%. Let's see what we got. Came in just like we did over here. It's up there. It's up there. It's up there. Way up there. So there you have it. Send it. Send it. All right, so that's all I got. Yeah, to send the whole market already. Appreciate you, Crypto YT. All right, it's time for me to go. I got to get myself together. So if you took it, because I didn't have a need to, if you took it, then big ups to you. You got even more. If you held, I don't know. There was a chance. Looking at it that the 4 hour might. Let's see if we get that expansion. Like it's an even bigger runner for you. I need that too because I have my short open and it's been coming back and playing around in my face, not really giving. So there's my short, but my short is from up higher. Like I told you, we caught that short on stream and I just been holding on to it. And I've been taking loans here and there to try to hedge just in case. But yeah, I hope it just drop it. All right, love and appreciate you. And I see you tomorrow.